Hello everybody. So today we are going to do a unboxing. This box is about apocalypse thing. My name is Ethan. You can now introduce yourself.
Oh, thank you. Can I?
Yeah.
You're sure?
Yeah.
All right, thanks. Hey guys, we're back. I got my best unboxing buddy here. He's never seen Apocabox before. This comes to us courtesy of Bobby, who subscribes to this for us. I have this and another one I got to get to him. What are you putting on me? What you got there? What you got there?
The string from
There's
this.
Oh, did you make that go?
Yeah.
Was it fun?
Yeah.
You want to show what that is so they know what we're talking about?
It was a shotgun party popper.
Yeah, you never saw one of those before, did you?
No.
Was it exciting?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. They're like cooler than the things you throw on the ground.
Yeah.
So this is a bi-monthly box. We get it. So Ethan, this doesn't come every month. This comes every 2 months. So it's kind of exciting. And this is the top tier level that Bobby subscribes and has sent to us. Then we got to send this to Bobby when we're all done. So there's some things in here we might not be able to do ourselves, and I'll explain it as we go.
I like the name Bobby.
Bobby, that's a cool name.
Yeah.
It's an all-American name. So this is for, don't eat cardboard. Well, it is a lot of fiber, I guess. So this would be for April. Now I know what this comes. So Ethan, in this box, there's some gear. There's a string on my head again. Oh no, there's a popper on my head. There's some actual projects. Now this project, Craig, who has sent us some really cool stuff, has subscribed us just to this project. I'll explain that later. We're gonna get to do this project, you and me.
Yes.
And make a thing. But in this box for April, an Ulu, that's such a great knife. So this is Apocabox Plus, and this is the Tuk-Tu box. So there are a number of things in here, and we will take a look at all of them.
I think this is the blade.
That is the blade in there. Yeah, an Ulu is a native knife. It's, when I was up in Alaska, actually, so the natives up there, I want to say Eskimos, but that's probably the wrong title, but that's kind of what the knife they use. I got some real handmade ones up there. But it's a great knife for all sorts of stuff. So we're gonna go in order. We're gonna wait because that's the top item in the box. So yes, you will get to open it, but we got to go in order. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the 6, and then the plus kit. So we're gonna start, Ethan, and this is going to be, now there's no prices on this. They don't tell us like values unless you, so maybe if you check some of these links here, it'll give you some of that information. Anyway, we're gonna start with 60 by 84, 50% wool blanket. This reminds me of old army blankets. Here, take a feel on this. Tell me if you think it feels good or not. You like that?
Oh, yes.
Do you like it?
Yeah.
We're not going to be able to open this up and lay down in it or whatever. I have some wool blankets like this. They're actually in the storage unit right now. This is actually a lot softer and less scratchy than the old army style wool blankets. Wool is actually a great insulator. And do you know why?
No.
I'm going to tell you why, and maybe people that are watching that don't know. So the way when you layer clothing, the reason it keeps you warm is because there's spaces in between the fibers, and your body heat heats up the air in those spaces in between the fibers. That's why stuff like what you're wearing here doesn't keep you as warm as, say, wool. Wool has a lot of spaces in between the fibers that holds on to air that warms up and keeps you insulated. So a soft wool blanket like this in between these fibers, because the fibers are a little thicker, holds on to that warm air that your body heats up. And that's all. You'll learn that kind of stuff if you want. If you go to like survival school things. So this is a very nice, I think this is a nice soft wool blanket. The Army has blankets like this that are like green and itchy and not comfortable, but this is a nice one. So this is something that, like, if we were camping or we were just doing wilderness stuff, I would like this. And it's like, you know what? Let's make a nice little field pillow too, because it's soft. So you like this?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty nice. Okay. Next, we've got a 6-inch splitting wedge. So I'm going to ask you. Now this is polymer, which is like a
Type
sort
of plastic?
It's a kind of plastic. Yeah, it's when we say polymer, yes, it is plastic, but usually we say polymer to mean not just the kind of plastic that a toy is made of. It's usually got some better strength qualities and everything. What do you think this is used for? A 6-inch splitting wedge?
To help with chopping or something? Splitting like wood if it's almost cut down?
Yes, exactly. So what we would do is if we had, like, let's say a log and we wanted to break that, we wanted to help split that log into two, you would make yourself a little split in it, like, you know, and then you put this in there and you hammer it in and it helps you split that log into two pieces. So usually these things are, you know, I've seen them made out of metal, but this being made out of polymer, what do you think is the advantage of this over a piece of metal?
It doesn't rust.
That is true. That is one. What's another one? What would you think would be the difference between this and the same thing made out of, like, steel?
It won't get, like, I don't know.
Think about it.
It won't get bent if you hammer it
Well,
too hard.
think about something else. What if you have a toy made out of metal and a toy made out of plastic and you're holding one in each hand? What would be a difference?
The weight.
The weight, yeah. So this would be a lot lighter if you had to pack it and carry it around. Now, the other hand is this could get beat up a lot more hammering on it than a metal one. But in an apocalypse type situation where you can only have what you can carry around in a pack on your back, maybe you would be willing to sacrifice a little bit of durability for less weight, right? Maybe? You think?
Yeah.
I mean, that's up to you. That's up to you. I'll let you think about how you feel about
I'll
that.
do it.
So, anyway, how do you like the feel of this?
So stupid.
Does it feel sturdy?
I like it. Yeah, it does. Like, say this is a log, right? Just put it in there and bang, bang, bang.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think that does actually look pretty good.
Yeah, it feels pretty solid. Okay. Useful tool to have. Next, a 24-inch expandable metal bellows. You have seen this before, but you've seen a different version of it, but it's the same tool. Do you remember what this is for?
No. It reminds me of the back scratcher that we have.
This is for when you're starting a fire. You blow to add air to the fire. Because what does air do for a fire?
It gives it more oxygen to
Right.
spread.
Yeah, so it gives it more oxygen, helps make a hotter fire. So when you're starting a fire out, adding oxygen, and there's even though we learn that you breathe out carbon dioxide, there's actually still a good amount of oxygen in your breath that you're breathing out. So you would put this kind of right, if you're just starting a fire out, you'd put this right in there. You'd breathe gently though, not like trying to put it out. Just to add air to it. The air we breathe right now is 21% oxygen.
And then
Your body uses not a lot of that, actually. When you breathe out, I used to remember this perfectly, you're still breathing out somewhere around 10% oxygen. So even though there's carbon dioxide in it, you're still giving 10% oxygen to that fire. So this is a standard tool to have in a lot of fire starting kits. And we have one. You've seen it. It's been in a video. You just don't remember it. This is a fancy one. It has a nice leather holder on it.
ooh,
So that lets you put.
there's metal balls in there.
Yeah, those are detents to stop it. See each little piece. So it stops it so that it holds it together as it folds. And that way it doesn't, when you put it in, it doesn't come right back out the other side. So this is a really good thing for fire starting. You don't always need it, but especially if you're dealing with maybe some damp type wood or tinder or something, or you've got a little windy situation, you're trying to just get that fire hot to start, or you don't have the most ideal fire starting situation, this can really help add heat to your fire. All right, next, the Tuk-Tu knife kit. Now, this may be coming. So in this box, they don't just give you stuff, they give you some kits so you can learn some skills. Now, I know we have this one. We may be getting this one too. This is a kit that teaches you how to make a knife.
Ooh.
The blade fits at a bit of an angle, so where's my knife?
That's a nice blade flick.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So this one comes with, here, take a look at that. Be careful a little. The blade's not terribly sharp, but... So this is...
steel, right?
Yeah, this is steel. This is probably a carbon steel, which means it... Well, I'll teach you a little bit more about steel as we go.
Just got put in there.
And then you would... Well, you would go in there, and then you could shape this to whatever it is. Maybe if Bobby's okay with it, I don't know. This is a great project for me. I haven't made... How long has it been since you've seen me make a knife?
I mean, I've seen you take apart knives and put them back together with different stuff.
Do you even remember the last time I've made a knife? I've actually made a knife. You were so young in Florida when I actually made, not just modified a knife, but made a knife. Anyway, maybe Bobby will let me make this for him and then contour the handle and everything. But this is called a blank. When you actually have a blade piece and then you put it in a handle.
It's called a blank?
It's called a blank. And this is actually more, usually a blank is just the shape of the blade and then you have to grind it yourself. So this lets you make a knife yourself.
Should we do the cutting test?
I didn't bring paper out here because I wasn't expecting it, but let's see the 550 cord. Yeah, I brought this just because you never know what we're going to have. So this is a relatively unfinished blade. I mean, it needs work. Let's see. That's not bad. Do you want to give it a try?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me put this in so it's not likely to move on you. Now remember, you got to hold this. I would say wrap your finger around like this, okay, to get a really good grip. Now also, wrap it around your finger. Okay, now also hold, there you go. Now hold it in your hand real tight. Okay, now. You're actually not on the blade. There you are. Pull it and pull the blade through. Pull the blade through. You gotta pull the blade through like that.
It feels like it's cutting my hand.
You pull the blade that way as you're doing it. You can do it. There you go.
How?
See, you were just trying to do... I know what you were trying to do. You were trying to only pull it through, but you need this one. You need to do a slice because this blade's not totally finished yet. And I don't want you to do this because you don't really know exactly how to do the pressure right yet. But if you were to feel this, it's got a very unfinished edge. So this would be an interesting thing to do. And if you want to do something like this, we can actually buy a blade stock like that, a blade blank, and we can make a handle for it and a piece of wood like that. So the bomb net next. This is basically a fishing net. This is just I'm not impressed by this. This is just a made in China fishing net. We're not going to open this because we'll never get it back in there. But it's just, see this? This is like a thin fishing line, and it's a net that you can throw out. It's called the bomb net because you just throw it out there. And you can maybe catch some fish with it. What do you think of this? I don't know. I'm not very impressed by that. It's okay if you don't really know much about it because that's not a thing that I would expect you to have a lot of experience with.
Hey, Dad.
Yeah.
By the way, a side question. Could you start teaching me how to cut wood again? Yes.
All right, we got just a couple things left to do, okay? This is not on the list. This guy, Creek Stewart, who puts this box together, he always just adds in a thing or two. So what is this? This is a dry bag. Have I ever showed you how a dry bag works?
No.
So feel how thick this is and how waterproof it is. Do you feel that?
Yeah, there's something inside, I think.
There. Nope, that's just the bottom.
Oh.
So with the dry bag, let's say you have something you want to keep absolutely dry. Put it in your bag. What you do is fold it over as many times as you want, because the material is very waterproof. Once you do this, it is impossible for water to get in here. So if you can actually put this like in water. You can hide stuff under the water with it and keep it dry, or you can just use this. Let's say we're out camping and we know we're going to be on a boat, or we're going to be by the water, and we just want to make sure important stuff stays dry. Dry bags come in different sizes and shapes. Some are wider than others, but this is very good to protect stuff that you need to keep dry. The plus item is another project here. This is an Inuit. Inuit is a native tribe, Eskimo-like. This is how to make a harpoon. This material is called slate.
Ooh, harpoons.
Yeah, but this is how to make like a native harpoon. So this gives you the instructions and the basic materials. You have to provide the stick, the shaft to make the harpoon.
I've seen like a person on YouTube like break stones to make.
Well,
like,
that's kind of what this is. This gives us the material to make the, for lack of a better word, the arrowhead. I'm not sure what you call it, the harpoon tip. So like I said, we have this kit. We're going to do this together, you and me. We're going to do it. And it has all the instructions on how you do it. And then this basically becomes this. And then we make a harpoon out of it. So we're going to have a good time doing this. So I love that they give you the skills, the survival skills challenge. So this is not so much the skills challenge. This is just a kit to make yourself a little blade. This is a real, you learn how to construct and make a thing.
The guy that I watch that makes like those spears and stuff, he uses like the deer antlers and like.
Oh, that's really cool. That is really cool,
Yeah,
using natural materials.
Yeah, he uses like obsidian and like takes pieces off.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I would love to see that. You guys show me that.
Yeah.
So this will be a project that we will be doing, and Bobby likes to do these projects with his son too, with his kids, his sons, plural. So this is a really cool kit to do. Now the plus item this month is like what you wanted to see, the Inuit style ulu. Now an ulu is a knife that native tribes use. They use it for everything. It's a weapon, it's a kitchen tool, it's a utility knife. It's a very practical style blade, but it's also...
I want to take this out carefully. How do I...
Yep. Now there are different styles of ulu. This is one, I'm not going to go into the whole thing, but it's made so that you can use it in a number of different ways. This is a real leather sheath. It smells like real leather. It's stapled, which is probably not how the original natives did it, but it's okay.
I want to like cut something with this.
What do you want to try to cut?
I don't know.
You cut some more cord?
Sure.
Go ahead. You don't have to, the way this is made is you just roll it. You don't even have to push down as you roll it. There you go.
I wonder how good it would do if I like put it down like that.
You want to try to do a chop on it? Go ahead. Wait. You got to remember we're on the log. The wood is supported by soft ground here, so it's going to be a little. There you go. Now, they use this blade also for so if you're cutting meat, it can do a nice straight slice like this. Yeah.
It's not really good for cutting this.
You need to get it right, but see how it does a very clean cut.
Yeah.
And this again, I would so. When I evaluate things, I would say if we gave this, it is a sharp blade. It is very nice, and it could use a little bit of a honing, like just a little bit. It is very sharp, but
I feel like it would do good also cutting wood if I had like already an end up.
Well, that's what. So this blade, the ulu, is used for a number of things by native tribes. It's like I said, it's their all-purpose utility knife. Now, one way you can check how sharp a blade is when you cut wood. Feel how smooth that is right there with your finger.
Whoa.
So it's it is a nice, well done edge. Another thing you want to look at when you're looking at how well done an edge is, see that kind of angle? That's called the bevel. So you want to see that they're even on each side. That means it's done really well.
I'm going to try. gonna do like this stuff. Standing up so they can see.
I just want you to be real careful, okay? Nice. Don't try in there. Try on, yeah, right there. See how you can shave little tiny parts like that? That's really good for fire starting and everything. Now, do you have to use a lot of effort, or is it kind of easy for you?
Kind of. For me, it's kind of hard.
Well, that's because you're a little guy.
Yeah.
But for me, this is
Really easy.
no effort at all. I could shave this all day, and we could start such a nice fire with the stuff that's coming off here.
Can I see how deep it would go though?
What do you want to do? Just
Yeah, like that.
okay.
So I'll try it on like a flat surface like this,
Okay.
then one of the edges.
Yeah. See, now it's not exactly made for that.
Yeah.
Into a piece of wood like that, they would use a hatchet for that. But
Man, it's kind of good.
Yeah.
At least like look, there's a tiny little indent like right there where my nail is.
at least you're right there. At least you're trying it out, though. But
Yeah.
I mean, an ulu it's made to be comfortable, and it's made to be good in a number of situations. And this one is, you can tell it's handmade because it's not perfect. When you look at it, some people would be like, "Oh, it looks ugly. It looks like it's not, like it's imperfect." That's how you know this is made by hand, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I'll show you one of my fancier ulus in a little bit that I got in Alaska. So anyway, this is the Apocabox for April, Apocabox Plus. What do you think, Ethan? Do you think this is a cool box? Think this is stuff that we would use if we needed to in a bad situation?
Infinite outer spoops.
We'll translate that somehow. Yeah. Anyway, I think it's got some cool stuff. I enjoy seeing what comes in this box. Not everything is like, some of it is you could use kind of, camping, whatever. Some of it is really good apocalyptic type stuff. What do you guys think of this box?
Put your comments down below.
He's a great YouTuber. Let us know. Thanks again to Bobby for providing the box.
Thank you, Bobby.
We'll get this packed up. We got to get this and another one shipped off to him. You remind me this weekend, okay?
Let's put it back in here.
All right. So anyway, guys, thanks for having another fun unboxing time with us, and thank you to my best buddy for hanging out with me and doing this. Remember that you guys are all absolutely awesome. I appreciate every single one of you, and we'll be back again real soon.